The entire airbase watched in silence as the multimillion-dollar Chinook sat dead on the runway. Its elite engineering team baffled, its commander growing furious. Then, an old man in a wrinkled jacket stepped forward, holding a rusted homemade wrench, and whispered, "I built her before you were born." The massive Chinook helicopter had been sitting lifeless for hours under the scorching sun. The young lead engineer, Ryan Keller, barked into his headset as his team ran tests, replaced modules, and ran diagnostics on their tablets. The military's latest tech wasn't working, and frustration boiled over. Top brass was expecting the aircraft to be ready for a live demonstration in less than an hour. With every passing minute, confidence turned into panic. On the sidelines, an elderly man in a faded brown jacket and oil-stained cap stood quietly, watching. Ryan noticed him and scoffed. "Can someone move that old guy? This isn't a museum." The old man didn't move, just clutched his strange, hand-carved wrench and kept watching. General Briggs, stern and unimpressed, arrived at the hangar. "Where's my Chinook?" he barked. Ryan stammered through excuses about electrical faults and faulty chips. The crowd of base personnel, press, and junior cadets looked on. Ryan noticed the old man still standing near the edge of the hangar. Annoyed and desperate, he stormed toward him. "You've been watching all day. Got something to say, Grandpa?" The old man calmly nodded. "That model needs manual override reset from the belly panel. But you won't find that in your app." Laughter rippled through the team. "We don't use wrenches and fairy tales anymore," Ryan shot back. "Exactly," the old man said. "That's why she's still sleeping." The commotion caught General Briggs' attention. He looked at the old man and suddenly stiffened. "Is that Major Eli Stroud?" The air went still. Whispers spread fast. Stroud was a legend. A retired aviation engineer who had once saved a crew of 18 by rebuilding a Chinook midair with parts from a crashed Huey. Ryan's face paled. The man he just mocked had written the original manual on the very aircraft he couldn't fix. General Briggs motioned for him to approach the Chinook. Stroud, slow but sure, walked over, crouched beside the aircraft, and ran his hand along the old access panel, one not shown in digital schematics. He tapped it with his wrench, turned a bolt hidden behind it, and nodded. As soon as Stroud made the final adjustment, the Chinook's engine sputtered, then roared to life. The rotors began to spin, strong and smooth. The entire base erupted in applause. Ryan stood frozen, his tech tablet useless in his hands. His team couldn't believe it. The media rushed in. General Briggs gave a respectful salute to Stroud, who simply replied, "She just needed someone who remembered her heart." Ryan approached him, humbled. "I'm sorry," he muttered. "I didn't know who you were." Stroud looked him in the eye. "Doesn't matter who I am. What matters is you listen, before you forget how to learn." That day, the Chinook flew as scheduled, with Major Stroud watching proudly from the control tower. Later, Ryan and his team invited him to lunch, not out of obligation but respect. They asked him to speak at the academy. He agreed, but only if they brought tools, not screens. The general ordered that the old Chinook manual be republished, with Stroud's handwritten notes intact. The base hung a plaque inside the hangar. "True legends don't just build machines. They teach others how to listen." And Ryan, he never ignored a quiet voice again, especially if it carried a handmade wrench and decades of wisdom. If this story moved you, show your support by liking, commenting, and sharing it with others. Subscribe to Unheard Heroes for more powerful stories that honor courage and truth.